Wisconsin's mask mandate. Will Republicans try to overturn it? I'm Matt Smith. Today on Upfront. Lots of talk, but no action yet on the mask rule. Is it a life-saving measure or government overreach? Two lawmakers weigh in next on Upfront. Plus, could a technicality keep entertainer Kanye West off the ballot in Wisconsin? And classes during COVID. What educators think about going back to school.
Taking on the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Upfront with your host, Adrian Pedersen.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Adrian is off this week. I'm Matt Smith. Wisconsin's statewide mask mandate is now 8 days old, and despite some talk, there's been no move to challenge or overturn it just yet. Governor Tony Evers declared a new public health emergency requiring mask use in enclosed public spaces for everyone ages 5 and up. The order is in effect until September 28th. Republican Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald quickly said his chamber stood ready to come into session and overturn the mask order, but leadership in the Assembly has not indicated what they plan to do. Today, we're asking what's next for the mask mandate. We are joined by Republican State Representative Adam Nealon from Pewaukee and Democratic State Representative Greta Neubauer from Racine. Good to see both of you. Thanks so much for joining us. Representative Nealon, I want to begin with that. Senator Fitzgerald has said that Senate Republicans are ready to go on this to repeal the governor's order, but he said he doesn't know about the Assembly. So is the Assembly going to convene to overturn the governor's mandate?
Well, I hope so. I mean, quite frankly, we're still working through the votes and understanding who will be supportive and who won't. But I think ultimately we need to do this. I think it's a dangerous overreach of power. And if we aren't able to overturn him now, what will this lead to in the future? This is not about masks per se. This is about something bigger. This is about his ability to extend an executive order without our authority.
So do you not have the votes in the Assembly at this point to overturn the order?
I don't believe we do, no.
So we're about a week into this. Is there any evidence that the mandate has reduced coronavirus cases here in Wisconsin?
Well, just a week in, we are not able to answer that question yet. But we do know from studies in the United States and around the world that wearing masks reduces transmission of COVID-19. And I believe our number one priority needs to be getting this virus under control. We can't safely reopen schools. Our economy cannot recover until the virus is under control. And respectfully, I disagree with Representative Nealon. The mask mandate is about masks. There are and should be clear limits on government power. But doing what we can to save the lives of our community members by enacting common sense public health measures is rarely within the role of government.
Representative Nealon, is the concern as you broaden this out, we've heard from some Republicans that the governor will use this to shut down schools in the fall. Is that your larger concern, or is it the mask mandate itself?
Well, I think my biggest concern is the governor's ability to unilaterally extend an emergency order and potentially indefinitely, if he has the ability to continually extend this order on the same grounds he passed his original emergency order. But I would say just out there knocking on doors, talking to parents, the number one concern in my district is making sure that schools are open safely and for in-person. So I do think that this is a very large issue that we need to make sure that we have plans in place that allows children to return to school safely and have in-person schooling. So yeah, that is very important.
Representative Neubauer, should the governor use this order to potentially close schools if he sees fit?
The governor has no secret plan to close schools at this moment, and I trust him and our public health officials to make the best decisions for our kids. The Trump administration and, frankly, Republican legislators in Wisconsin have done everything they can to undermine our ability to safely send kids back to school this fall. I want kids back in school as soon as is possible, but I am not willing to sacrifice the health of teachers, of staff, of those kids and their families in order to cover up for the mistakes of Republican leaders here in Wisconsin and at the federal level.
Adam, your response.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much in there that I disagree with, but let me start by saying that, first of all, I don't trust Governor Evers. He said on a Friday that he was not going to shut down our economy. He wasn't going to do shelter in place. And then on a Monday, he changed his tune and said that, yes, we're going to shelter in place. So I don't have any reason to believe that he's going to be consistent in his message. And while there might be no secret plan to close down schools, he might change his mind next week. And I think that's a big fear.
I want to broaden this out for a second, and this isn't necessarily the rule nationwide, but it seems like this debate over masks and mandates has fallen along political lines. Why do you think that is?
Well, I would say, if I could just interject there, I mean, this is about freedom. It's about personal responsibility. It's about local control. And we believe, as Republicans, there needs to be limits to a governor's power. Frankly, there needs to be limits to all government power. And we see this as in the big picture in terms of if a governor is able to unilaterally impose a statewide mandate like this without any checks and balances, what's next?
But I'm assuming, Representative Nealon, there are some Republicans in the Assembly, from what you told us before, who believe in this order.
There are, and there's, I mean, the majority of Republicans are out there saying that you should wear a mask in certain situations. You know, I mean, this is not a debate in our caucus about if masks are effective or if they're not. It's a debate over who should be imposing these mandates.
Representative Neubauer.
We have seen a piecemeal approach that has been in place since Republicans took Governor Evers' common sense safety measures to the Supreme Court fail. It is not working. Cases are continuing to rise in Wisconsin. And the reality is that COVID does not know municipal boundaries. We need to do everything we can to stop this virus. We are at war with an invisible enemy that is killing members of our community. And the governor was elected by the people of Wisconsin to use his authority to protect the lives of his citizens. I also want to speak to the questions about the limits of government power. We all believe that there should be and are limits to government power. But again, it is squarely within the role of government to protect the lives of our citizens. And as a society, we have chosen that some regulations are necessary to protect our collective well-being. For example, let's say I have a strong desire to drive a semi-truck down I-94 without a commercial license. Our society has decided that my desire to do that does not outweigh the safety of the other people on the highway. And therefore, I would need to go get a commercial license to ensure that I know how to drive that car safely. I believe mask mandates are much the same. One individual's desire not to wear a mask does not outweigh my 11-year-old immunocompromised constituent's right to safely leave her home. Wearing masks does ask something of all of us, but it is in order to take care of our neighbors, to allow schools to safely reopen and small businesses to get back to work.
A debate that will sure continue across the state. Representatives Adam Nealon and Greta Neubauer, thank you for your perspective. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up, the Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee will now be mostly virtual without candidates setting foot in the city. Next on Upfront, what about the campaign? Will it too be a mostly virtual affair? Plus, a closer look at entertainer Kanye West's nomination papers. Could a technicality keep him off the ballot in Wisconsin?